we just got a new patch. And with this new patch, we also got a new automaton enemy. And on top of that, mega cities for bots. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys a build that is going to make it very comfortable and very easy to absolutely destroy bots on the max difficulty without any issues, including the new enemy, the war striders, the scary dudes that walk around like absolute beasts. But once again, with this loadout, you're just going to be melting them down within seconds, and it's not going to be a problem at all. There is one thing you can do to make it even easier, and that is have guns like these. But if you don't, it's all good. This build still has you covered. So for the red stratagem, we're going to pick up the orbital laser. This still absolutely annihilates anything on the bot side. And then what we're going to do is we are going to pick up the one and only laser, right? And this is where it becomes really fun. The laser actually made it extremely easy to play against the new bot enemy. Now, I tried to shoot him in pretty much every spot we could: legs, middle, on top of their head, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, all of those spots work. However, I did notice that when it comes to ease of use, the middle plate was the best part. It felt like they were dying much faster than normal. Now, you could go for the spot on their head as well if you wanted to, but honestly, in most cases, it's just not convenient to do that because they are pretty tall and it's not very easy to do so. Meanwhile, the middle plate, which was getting me the easiest, the most consistent kills, is very easy to hit at all times. Not only that, but the laser cannon is going to make it very easy for you to destroy the gunships or any enemies, essentially, as long as you're landing your shots. And remember, you don't have to think about your ammo economy as well. Like, you're never going to worry about it as long as you're controlling the overheating, right? So to have a weapon that essentially covers 90% of the scary enemies, including the new enemy, and on top of that, you're going to be absolutely blasting hulks as well. Just shoot them at the eye, easy kills all day long. So right now, I do feel like out of the other weapons that I've tested so far, the laser felt extremely powerful against the bots, especially since the addition of this new enemy. And you're not going to have to waste any red stratagems or sentries or anything in general on the war striders. You're just going to be deleting them with the laser. Once again, for me, the middle plate was an easy pick on where to shoot him. Then for the other blue stratagem is going to be the supply pack. And there's a reason for that. I'm going to talk about that here in a minute once we get to our weapons and grenades. For the next slot, this is going to be kind of up to you. We did try the one and only anti-tank emplacement. And as long as you're going to be positioning really well, there's not much that comes close to this one. It really deletes enemies and makes it much easier to get through games, especially if you're getting spammed with bigger enemies. However, do not forget that the one and only rocket sentry exists. This thing is a monster against the bots. So once again, depending on your playstyle, how you like to position, go for one of these two. You're not gonna regret it. They both are gonna do a great job. Now for the booster, we're gonna go for the vitality enhancement. And the reason for that is that we are gonna be running the double-edged sickle. The double-edged sickle with this overall build is very effective. And the reason I say that, guys, is because the laser covers all of the bigger enemies without any issues whatsoever. And the double-edged sickle is there to back that up. First of all, you're going to be melting down the devastators, all of the normal enemies that are going to be essentially running at you, berserkers, with ease, especially as you keep shooting and increasing the damage on the double edge. You are going to be going through them very, very quickly. And now let's say you lost the laser, right? Like you don't have it at that moment. That's when I like to use the double-edged sickle as well. If we combine it with the right armor, which in this case, the armor that we're running is heavy fire resistance. It's sitting at a 75% fire damage resistance, right? If you combine these two, this means that you can go to that max damage on your double-edged sickle, which by the way means that you're going to be deleting hulks as well, as long as you're landing your shots on the eye weak spot. We are also going to have a secondary weapon, in this case the Automaton, another tool to delete the bigger enemies. But here's what's really cool about all of this, right? After testing, every time we threw the thermite at the new war striders, they got deleted in one thermite. On its own, right, the thermite was already S tier, but this just proves how powerful this grenade is. And overall, you can't go wrong with it. The fact that it deals damage to any enemy, and now it makes it so easy to deal with the worst striders. Don't get me wrong though, this game is inconsistent. There might be some instances where you're gonna feel like, oh, I threw one and it didn't die. I didn't have that happen to me, but just from experience and how inconsistent the servers can be sometimes, I assume that could happen. But most of the time, at least every single one that I threw at them, they were going down in one thermite, right? That's just my experience. That was in group play as well. Keep in mind, I was not running solo at that time. I don't think it's going to make a difference in this case, but you know, you got to keep that in mind as well, because a lot of the times the scaling is very different, and you know, it can feel kind of weird depending on if you're solo or if you're in group play. So overall, how do I like to utilize this build and why do I really enjoy it? Well, our survivability is obviously very high because of the fact that we are running the support backpack, which means we can spam our stims. And on top of that, we're running heavy armor. All of those things combined are very strong. Then we have the flame resistant armor and the double-edged sickle, which I like to use against the smaller enemies at all times and absolutely melt everything in front of me. Sometimes, let's say you mess it up and you overheat it. That's when you want to switch to your laser as well. A lot of the times you can actually take care of the targets that are getting close to you with the laser as well, but honestly, double-edged sickle in those cases feels better. When they're getting close, it just feels a little bit more comfortable. And another thing I like about the double-edged sickle and laser combo is, once again, the ammo economy is something that I do not have to worry about as much. I don't have to think about, oh, you know what, if I use this right now, I'm not going to have shots later, all that kind of stuff. Even though I'm running the support backpack, I mainly use it for survivability and my thermites. And once again, thermites are what makes all of this very easy, regardless if I'm running into a Hulk or the new enemy. When it comes to the ultimatum, I personally like to keep it for the tanks if I don't have a good angle on their weak spots for the laser or for some of the other tools. Or if you don't have the ultimatum, once again, the thermite can come in handy. And we've been testing many different things today. Shout out to Lightning, by the way. He hopped in and he was helping me test all of these different things while I was running on max difficulty and looking for the new enemy, which, by the way, at first I couldn't even find them, which was kind of crazy. Then finally we started like locating them a lot. And if you're interested, the way we found them was on the mega city biomes for the bots on eradicate missions. They seem to be there every single time, and a lot of them too. We were running into like 5-10 of them every single mission. But once again, this build has made it very, very simple to play against the new enemies and the bots in general. And you guys know, usually I'm a big fan of the railgun when it comes to the bots, and I still am. I really, really am. I really think it's one of the best weapons against the bots. But lately, man, the laser, and now especially when you can put enemies on fire faster, has kind of moved even above the railgun for me. That is a huge change. That is a huge change. And even if it's slightly faster, that makes a huge difference. So when you're fighting bigger and bigger targets, you're setting them on fire faster, which means that the tick damage is getting the job done, and it makes the kills easier as well. So lasers just seems to keep getting better and better, and I'm all for it. You know, I think it's one of the most unique weapons. It feels good, no ammo economy issues, and right now I catch myself using it more often than I do use the railgun. So yeah, I hope you guys try this build out. When you do, make sure to let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Also, let me know what builds you guys are using and what are your thoughts on this new absolutely ridiculous bot enemy. It's a cool addition to the game, for real. I think that the balancing aspect of it is also pretty nice. The way they've done it, you have time to get out of the way of the explosions and whatnot, and they go down pretty easily. As long as you're hitting your shots with the laser, they actually get melted. I was very surprised. So yeah, I've been having a blast. Once again, let me know what you guys think about all of this. As always, stay positive, stay disciplined, and I'll see you all on the next one.